Here's a look at this again. I'd say this weighs 12 pounds or more, maybe 15. It's really it weighs about 8 or 9 times what you'd even think this would. But anyway, I'm done. My foot's wet, and I forgot to bring something to drink. So, you know, I'm about a half hour from drinking the river water like a dog, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna get him, get me a nice drink, clean up this stuff. I did find a point. I left a couple things out on my video yesterday that editing it. I found some broken points that I wanted to show. I think one of them some kind of like a hemp hill Dalton base. It's made out of crappy material, but you'll see that. I'll add that in. Thanks for watching the videos. I'll be back in a day or two. It's bad conditions. There's 3 foot of mud on every place. I walked probably a mile and a half. Didn't really find any place to sift except maybe a 3 foot by 3 foot area. Got that point in that it's definitely Hopewell copper. I looked at it. I can see the pound marks on it. It's all roached out, but I'm glad to get that because it's extremely rare. That's why I have a metal detector. I found other pieces like needles and stuff pounded out of it on places. It's very rare. Maybe 2 pieces, 3 pieces, and they're all roached out too. But I'd like to find something nice, like a celt or something one day. And that's why I bought that, but the other stuff's cool. Well, thanks for watching the videos. Get back in a day or two with more finds. Later. Alright, I'm back. Got something here. It looks like a Bagley's. This is an expensive lure, if that's what it is. Right here. Yep, Bagley's baits. That's about a $7 one. It'll still run. But I got on my lucky Whatwood Stone Cold Steve Austin do bracelet. It's gonna be a good day. We do find some points. Later. Big piece of iron. I would say this is off the side of a barge, an old river barge. It's hard to tell how old it is. I'd say it's pretty old, but who knows. I've found cannonballs here before, so it's hard to say. I might carry that out on the way back. Later. Picked up a little bit of stuff here to put in my sifter. You can see the broken up burnt fire rock here like I talked about in the last video. This is a little bit of different technique. I'll screen this down, then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all exposed. I'll be back in a minute. Later. Here's the fractured fire rock. This is a little better example than yesterday because this stuff was muddy. This is washed off. This is one screen. See, there's one flake of black chert. It's a river pebble. All this fire rock. You can see there's the cortex of the stone exploded. All of this is just from being heated over and over and over. There's nothing in the screen, no artifacts or nothing. That's the way most screens really are. You know, I'm finding a lot of arrowheads, but it's not easy. It's a lot of work. A lot of walking, a lot of looking, you know. I go a lot and don't find nothing, but I usually find something. But to get the nice stuff, you know, not every trip. You got to put in the hours. So I'll be back if I find anything. I just wanted to show you one of these screens. You can see all this. Here's a piece that's just blown completely out. It's all red. Most of it's red or black. There's another piece. All of it's fire rock. This is just out of a fire hearth. Later. Alright, I'm back. I got a couple things in here, but you can see all this burn up fire rock. I'm sifting right in a fire hearth. There's a flake of flint, tin, cortex, river pebble. The inside's kind of that green looking stuff. But right here's something. This is a river pebble like I showed in my last video in that field. And they've started working it. This was going to be a point, probably a palmer. That's what they were making out of. You can see where they started, and they just must have set this down, but I could make a point out of this. It's already been heat treated. It's ready to go. Make something nice out of that. But it's an artifact, so I won't. I'll keep this in the site material. Even the smallest thing like this adds to the story. I keep it all. Never get rid of anything like this. Off sites I look all the time. I've amassed huge amounts of stuff. We'll take that. It's a nice example to put with the points to show what they were being made out of. Right there. See all that cracked up fractured rock. It's almost all red and blown apart. There's one of the pebbles blown in half, like a cobble, like I showed yesterday. I don't see anything else in here, but this material's looking good. I'm even gonna keep this piece of flint. See, there's hard stone that's blown apart as well. I'll be back if I find anything. Later. Alright, I just found this. I've been looking for meteorites, and this is not hematite, and this is iron. This weighs as much for the size of this. It probably weighs a little bit more than the head of a big sledgehammer. It's just, it feels like lead. And it looks burnt. It's been probably laying here for a while, but I don't have a magnet to put on it now. But if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I'll put a magnet on it when I get home and see what's up. It's really odd. Man, it's heavy. And it's a natural stone. We'll see when we get home. I just wanted to show that to see if anybody has any ideas. Later. Alright, I'm back. I was having some problems with the GoPro there a minute, but I've got several things in the screen. Haven't been finding much today. The conditions are horrible and it's raining on me. But right here is a piece of pounded out copper. And I know this doesn't look like much, but I would say this is Hopewell copper. And this is a piece off an ornament or something. It's been pounded out, I would guess. I've found it before. I'll find it again. But when it's down in this water, luckily this is in the sand layer here. So what happens, it drains and it preserves it a little bit. It keeps dry for the most part, but you can see it's all roached out. This could have been a point. Who knows what it was, but I would say it's Indian copper. I'll have to get it home and look at it. But I also have a point in the screen. You can see the fire rock. Same principle as that field I was in the other day. Bust, round cobble, blown apart. Another piece blown apart. But we'll go right here, and this looks like a complete point with some kind of wild tip on it. It doesn't look like the greatest thing, and by God it does. It isn't broken. It's got some kind of real unique tip on it, and this is a Palmer era point. Oh wow, it's got an ear dang, but man, that's got a cool tip on it. It's more of the St Albans Bifurcate kind of. That's all right. I like them little unique tips. It's got like a graver tip on it. It does have an ear dang, but it's ancient. Not bad, not bad. Another point from the site material. That's all right. Look at that little work tip on that. That's kind of weird. You got that thing I think's a meteorite. I'm having an all right day. I didn't really expect to find something today. Horrible conditions. Raining, was snowing. My boots got water in it. And it's like 30 some degrees. It's not real comfortable. I drained it, but I'm wet. It's worth it for me. Just hopefully I don't catch pneumonia. Later. Back, I guess the What Would Stone Cold Steve Austin Do Lucky Bracelet's paying off, because I'm finding the fishing lures today. I found a couple other I haven't filmed, but they were crap cheap ones. But this is a good top water bait. It looks like it's wood. Oh yeah. Probably like a Zura spook. I would say that's what it is, but hell, that's nice. I will use this. I like tearing up the bass in the weed beds with top waters. That's awesome. That's a nice lure. I'll put some new hooks on that. Slay it with that. Later. Destroyed as usual. But right here, it's hard to see it. It almost looks like a rock. It's just real crappy material, but man, the base looks old on this. It almost looks like a Dalton. Man, that's an old point. Old point base style. Man, that's the worst material I've ever seen. It almost feels like clay. Some kind of real mud. I don't even know what it is. It's the worst material I've ever seen, and it's an old break. You can see it's even changed color there on the inside. Huh. That's kind of too bad though, because it's such an old point. But it's still pretty cool. Destroyed in the field as usual, but hopefully I'll walk onto something good here. Later. The high point of where the tail went through here. Look at this. it was giving me a good solid signal. And I would say what this is off of an S10. It's off the side of it. That's kind of cool though, you know, kind of cool. But the highlight of the day is going to be that blade. I can't even believe it. That's just, wow, it's nice. Later.